Zebec very recently made a post saying why privacy matters. Now, nothing I say is financial advice. Well, I think there's a lot of reasons why it could matter, but I think Zebec understands this more than a lot of other projects out there. Because, for instance, on Tuesday, January 27th, they're going to be hosting a Spaces alongside something like Dash, Cryptic, and even Houdini Swap, right? And I'm not talking about Harry Houdini, by the way. It's a different Houdini in this case, but I'm just saying they care about privacy so much that they're even hosting a Spaces when it comes to that. Again, I'm not telling anyone to do anything, but I feel like Zebec kind of understands the vibe when it comes to privacy. And just to kind of highlight, I think the importance of what Zebec is being focused on, around 60% of Fortune 500 executives, at least according to a mid 2025 survey that was conducted by Coinbase, again, around 60% of Fortune 500 executives reported that their companies are currently working on blockchain initiatives. And we got to think about this. A lot of these Fortune 500s, they do care a lot about privacy because, again, they're just very massive. Why would they not care about that? And I think Zebec understands this trend, right? That a lot of enterprises nowadays, they're considering using blockchain technology. And a lot of them just by default are going to care about privacy. So when I take a look at what Zebec is doing in this case, I'm just a fan overall because they acknowledge, right, that when it comes to privacy, they care about it so much to the point that they even bother having a Spaces. And also, not to mention, remember not too long ago, the partnership that Zebec had with something called Ghostware? Now, Ghostware, by the way, right, it's the privacy layer of Solana. So I think Zebec, with the recent showcase of being focused on privacy and having partnerships regarding privacy as well, not too long ago, I'm kind of a fan of what Zebec is doing as of right now, fundamentally speaking. Now, people like to say, who cares about all this nonsense? I mean, ZBCN, they like to say, is still around 34 and a half times lower than 10 cents. Well, yeah, it is, but really, in the grand scheme of things, it's not like ZBCN is the only one that's having a pullback, right? I mean, a lot of altcoins are having a pullback. A lot of them are just not doing good. But at the end of the day, personally for me, the way I take a look at it is that when it comes to a project, if I like the fundamentals and if I like the team and if I like what they're doing, the updates and kind of the partnerships that they're still having, I'm just not going to give up like that. Now, if Zebec just completely gave up, then it's very tough for me to still believe in it. But it hasn't been that case, at least personally from what I can see. The thing is, Zebec has backers like Circle, the creator of USDC, and as well as Solana Ventures. Do you think something like Zebec is just going to easily give up like that if they have backers like that? I think sometimes it's a little bit tough to disappoint something that massive believing in a project and then the project just easily giving up. It's a little bit tough. This is the way you take a look at it. And Zebec, I'm completely aware that it's not going to be breaking any sort of records. At 10 cents market cap, considering current circulating supply would be around 9.7 billion. Like, that's not a groundbreaking figure by any means. But it doesn't need to. I think Zebec, it fits that role of being somewhat an alternative to like Stellar, XDC, and all this. But it doesn't need to beat them, right? It doesn't need to overtake XDC. It doesn't need to overtake Stellar. That's not realistic sometimes in my perspective. It's like, for instance, if I'm trying to be a football player, I don't need to become better than Tom Brady. Much like in this space, Zebec doesn't need to become the next New England Patriots with Tom Brady type of vibe. It doesn't need to. You know, sometimes winning just one Super Bowl is already good enough. And also, I take a look at Zebec having that partnership quite a while back ago with Algorand. I take a look at somewhat their recent partnership with World Liberty. I take a look at them attending even the World Economic Forum, right, the Zebec team. And also, I take a look at how their cards aren't really doing that bad either. I mean, in 2025 alone, their card volume was over 60 million, and they were able to hypothetically process over 575,000 transactions, right? And also their recent updated tokenomics that they did, not to mention, not too long ago, I saw this statistic indicating how around 10% of the total supply of ZBCN was locked up. So really, in the grand scheme of things, when I just take a look at all this type of stuff, I just don't want to give up. Not telling anyone to do anything, but this is my mindset as of right now. 10 cents hasn't left my mind, and I'm just waiting. But in the meantime, I like the emphasis that Zebec has when it comes to privacy, and I just like how they're kind of, I think, sort of gearing up their fundamentals for maybe hypothetical future enterprise adoption just by being focused on that. But only time will tell. But I just wanted to talk about it nonetheless. And I want to say thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'd also greatly appreciate that. And also, if you like the video, feel free to like the video. I'd greatly appreciate that too. It's Mali the Captain, and I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.